Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad to see you all in today's video. So thanks for joining me. Since it is Friday, I have a chatty video for you as each Friday. And before we actually start talking about 5 perfumers who deserve an award, in my opinion, because this is the topic of today's video, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that will help me out a lot. And make sure that you click that notification bell so you will be updated about my new video I post from Monday till Friday, so you can be sure that you will always get something interesting to watch on my channel. And that's been said, of course, as you can see from the title, we are going to talk about perfumers. Perfumers who are very talented in my opinion and who deserve awards for what they are doing for the fragrance community and how they are doing this. So we are going to talk about my top 5 favorite indie perfumers who I love, whose work and whose creativity, artistry I admire, and in my opinion they should be awarded many times for their incredible fragrances. So let's get started, and the first person on this list is of course Dawn Spencer Hurwitz from DSH Perfumes. Now guys, Dawn Spencer Hurwitz is a pioneer of indie perfumery. She has been into this business for a long time, and you know what? I need to tell you that first time I smelled your perfumes, I was wowed. I was like, whoa, this is something new. This is something I've never smelled before. And then the more fragrances I tried, the more I fell in love. And this is a strange thing that I love every of Dawn's perfumes. Like, you cannot love everything from one perfumer, but apparently I can. So Dawn Spencer Hurwitz is that perfumer who evokes the feeling of happiness with her fragrances in me. And that is a lot, guys. That is a lot to say. Now, since she has been into this business for the longest time, she has a massive collection of perfumes. And I'm talking, like, guys, I don't even know how many fragrances are there. Like, many ones. And what I love is that she has categories like sweet, fresh, green, effortless, animalic, chypre, vanilla. Like, she has different categories and a lot of perfumes inside one category. That way you will be able to choose from so many ones, and I need to admit that can be overwhelming, but the coolest thing is all of them are so particular and unique smelling that it is just a true pleasure to experience DSH perfumes. She has a lot of natural and synthetic perfumes, mix and media stuff, and I need to tell you that Dawn is a very educated perfumer. She's actually a painter, so she is an artist, and you can tell that from her work because she creates things differently. It is not just mass appealing perfumery. She has very particular ingredients. She blends the materials in a very specific way, and she has a lot of admirers around the world. Her work is known, and in my opinion it should be recognized and appreciated even more, and I wish Dawn all the best for her career. I want her to win a lot of awards, and I need to tell you that my biggest dream is to collaborate with Dawn. Dawn, let's do this, let's create a trilogy. And no, I'm just kidding. No, obviously that is my dream, but I actually want to own every of her perfumes in a full-size bottle. I'm not kidding. I haven't tried everything because I don't know, I need to go to her studio and just buy everything because it would be too expensive to ship it because she has so much stuff. But everything I have tried is truly mesmerizing. I have a lot of videos in which I talk about DSH perfumes, so all the links to those videos that are related to fragrances mentioned today will be in my description box down below, so check it out for more information. So now when I talk about DSH perfumes and how talented Dawn is, I need to tell you that Dawn is a very lovely lady. Like, she's lovely, she has a lovely family. I had a dinner with her family in London, and obviously I was head over heels. Like, I could not even believe that I am having a dinner with DSH. But yeah, there was a lot of fun. She's hilarious, she's funny, she's creative. She evokes the moment of happiness in me with her perfumes, and that is just priceless, right? like to be happy with a perfume, like truly happy. I'm not just talking glad, something, good mood, no, real happiness. Something very rare and something I'm very grateful for. So that's been mentioned. Now let's move on to the second perfumer who also deserves an award in my opinion, and that is Sarah McCartney from 4160 Tuesdays. Now Sarah is a perfumer from England and Dawn is from the USA, and Sarah is a very hard-working woman. She has also a huge selection of fragrances, and she's an indie perfumer. She creates perfumes in small batches, just as Dawn does. And to be honest with you, I need to talk about Sarah first before I talk about her perfumes. Not to fall in love with Sarah is absolutely impossible. You cannot resist this pleasure. She's extremely attractive woman with this charisma that is so addictive. The way she talks, her sense of humor, how funny she is, and how clever she is, that is very sexy. And I love her perfumes because I can see that reflection in her work of her identity, which is something really, really cool. She also works with particular ingredients, and you can tell that this is something that Sarah McCartney did because she has absolutely unique way of creating perfumes. One of my favorite perfumes from her collection is Eat Flowers, which is actually in my top 20 list of most great reviews of the year. Anyway, I have a lot of favorites from her collection. She has most delicious gourmands, great floral scents, beautiful complex fragrances that are so easy to like. They are so mass appealing, but at the same time they are unique and special. And that is something that is hard to achieve, to create a different smelling perfume that everybody will enjoy. And this is actually the feeling that I get when I smell her perfumes. This is the feeling of joy. You know, like the feeling of fun, to be curious, to be excited. And I love to be excited. I am a very exciting person. I love good jokes. I love to laugh. And I love Sarah's perfumes because they combine complexity and just this easygoing vibe that Sarah also has. And I love that her perfumes are very different. You have a lot of fragrances to choose from, and once again, even though they are creative and unusual and very high quality, they're also affordable, which is always a great plus. And in my opinion, Sarah deserves an award. Sarah deserves this amazing award for what she does, how she does it, for whom she does it, because she has style, she's very smart, and Sarah's work is just particular and everybody loves it. I have never met a person or heard from a person that 4160 Tuesdays is something boring. Like, this is something very exciting, and if you love to be excited about perfume, you need to check out her fragrances. Now let's move on to the third perfumer on this list. Now we talked about the ladies, we are going to the guys group, and first one I want to talk about is of course Sven Pritzkoleit, self-taught perfumer from Germany, who is my good friend. Actually, we collaborated with Sven and created my first ever perfume, Powder and Dust, because you know I'm addicted to powdery scents, and this is the ultimate powdery scent ever. So you can watch a ton of my reviews on SP Parfums. And Sven Pritzkoleit is actually a pharmacist. This is his profession, but he was always very passionate about perfumes. So he taught himself to create perfumes. And once again, they are very special and not for everybody. Some of his fragrances are more easy and they are just easier and faster to understand, but there are some challenging perfumes for people who are more advanced, for people who smelled a lot of different stuff, and for people who want to be wowed, because this is the feeling that I get when I smell SP Parfums. I'm wowed, and that is really cool because I want to smell something different. I'm looking for different perfumes, and I visited Sven's studio, and I need to tell you that he works with a lot of different ingredients, and his perfumes are very complex. There is a lot to choose from his collection. He has amazing like super sensual, sexual, floral scents. A lot of herbaceous stuff that is kind of like touched by his pharmacy past, and a lot of really avant-garde fragrances, which actually are very appealing to me because they're just so mind-blowing, like from the other universe, you know. And this is something that is very rare to find nowadays, and something that I am particularly excited about. And one of his best perfumes, in my opinion, is Pink Patchouli. This perfume just I don't know, like blows everybody away. Like this perfume is something that king or queen should wear, or had worn, I don't know, and something that is a true masterpiece. And in my opinion, Sven deserves an award. He was actually nominated for Art and Olfaction Awards, and I hope that he will get a lot of nominations and he will win a lot of great awards, because like how he creates perfumes with how much passion, how he puts a lot of details into creating perfumes, packaging, everything into his service, into the whole idea of what is perfume for him, that deserves an award for sure. Now guys, let's talk about the work of PRYN self-taught perfumer from Thailand, and his house PRYN Parfum. Oh my god, I don't know even where should I start talking about PRYN Parfum. Now, PRYN is a super humble guy. Like, he is shy and cute and I love him, but his perfumes are not like that. They are super complex and he uses really exotic ingredients. And I remember how I discovered his brand. I really was excited about the notes, and when I smelled them, like when you smell PRYN Parfum, you will never forget it. Each perfume tells you a story, and you can tell that. And this is actually his idea. And these are not boring, average, basic stories that modern perfumery tells. This is a fragrance for a confident woman. This is a fragrance for a womanizer. No, these are perfumes that are inspired by different stories of nations, of movies, of whole movements. And his work, like, this is something that should be experienced. Like, if you haven't smelled PRYN Parfum yet, like, you're really missing out. Great, absolutely amazing, high quality, talented work of a perfumer who is just one of the best perfumers, one of the best ever. Not really just in my opinion. He will have so much success and recognition in next few years, I promise you that, because PRYN is a rising superstar. He is a superstar already in this niche community, but he will be known because PRYN Parfum, PRYN is a person who is just inspired not only to create a perfume, he wants his perfume to tell a story, and important story. He wants to change the world with the perfumery, and you can tell that his perfumes touch you, and this is something incredible. This is the feeling that I get. I am told the story through the perfume that I'm touched by, and that, my friends, I don't know, this is something that brings tears to my eyes. So PRYN deserves a lot of awards. He was nominated 3 times for Art and Olfaction Awards, and he did not win, and I don't understand that. I don't understand. If I could give an awards, I would obviously give a lot of them to PRYN. And finally, the last but not least perfumer. Actually, I was not really sure which perfumer should I mention, because like I'm familiar with the work of a lot of great indie perfumers who are doing things differently, who are doing creative perfumes, because I am about artistry in the first place when it comes to the perfume, and quality, of course. And I thought of Oliver Valverde from Oliver & Co, Spanish self-taught perfumer, but I actually realized that he has an award for his perfume Amber Green, which I'm very excited about. That is well deserved. So I thought, well, he has one award. Actually, I'm not sure if Dawn has awards. Dawn, please comment below if you have, but I want you to get more awards, you know. And then I thought, well, I need to talk about the work of Rusty Ford, self-taught perfumer from Australia and the owner and founder of Fort and Manley Parfums. Guys, I have a plenty of videos in which I talk about this brand. I was one of the first who reviewed his fragrances, and I fell in love with this particular scent. I got a feeling that I have never ever gotten with a perfume when I smelled it, because I could not really categorize it. I was like, what is this? I was super amazed, and I want to try more. And guess what? I was not disappointed by any of his perfumes. He has a lot of fragrances, nice selection of fragrances, and you can tell that they are similar, not in the way that they smell identically, but you can tell that they are signed by the same perfumer, which is a great thing that you can tell about each of these brands. But Russi's work is particular because for me it is the best modern oriental fragrance style nowadays. It is really modern, up to date, ingredients are really wisely chosen, really high quality ingredients that you won't smell in other perfumes, but in his ones they are just in a perfect harmony. Like, these perfumes will immediately make you satisfied, make you feel really blessed, and you will fall in love with any of his fragrances. Like, this is the thing with his perfumes. They are extremely pleasant, yet so different, like totally different. And if you like complex perfumes, but nothing too heavy, nothing that will take your time to appreciate, something that you will just like be into right away after a first sniff, this is definitely the work of Russi Fort. And he was nominated twice for Art No Fashion Awards and did not win, which I also don't understand. In my opinion, he should win. So I hope that that will happen with Dawn Spencer Hurwitz, Sarah McCartney, with Sven Pritzkoleit, PRYN Rose, and Russi Fort in the near future. Unfortunately, I have no awards to give you guys, but with my videos I try to inform the audience of fragrance lovers about great perfumery, and the work of these perfumers deserves your attention, money, and recognition 100%. And I highly recommend you guys just to get samples from each of these brands, and your nose will be in heaven, because when I smell these perfumes from these brands, I'm transported to the other place. You know, I am just somewhere else, maybe not even on this planet. I am in heaven, in olfactive heaven, in heaven of great perfumes. And all of them are very different, and all of them are very beautiful. And when you will smell them, you will hear stories that you have never been told before. This is something exciting to experience, and I'm here to inform you about this excitement. And once again, I will leave all the links to the official websites of the brands down below, so definitely get yourself samples. If you trust me, if you trust my incredible taste, definitely sample these perfumes. And if you want more information about the actual fragrances, you can check out the reviews, as I mentioned, links are below. And finally, I need to say the last thing. Obviously, that would be my great pleasure to collaborate with each of these talented perfumers and to create a fragrance that will I just want to work with these talented noses, with these creative perfumers who are open for different new things and who want to make the world of perfumery more beautiful and better. And I just would love to share my thoughts and ideas with them. And this perfume, Powder and Dust, is a bestseller around the world. People love it, and I'm very proud of what we did with Sven. And that's been said, you guys, Dawn, Sarah, Sven, PRYN, Russi, you get a huge award of the person who has smelled a lot of different perfumes and recognized your work as most inspiring and artistic. And that completes this video. Since it is Friday, just chatty, right? So I hope you enjoyed the idea of this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that will help me out a lot. And comment down below if you're familiar with fragrances from these brands and what are your favorites. And that's been said, stay tuned, smell good guys, and we'll see each other in the next one really soon. Bye.